These are models from Trix, and that's a brand that isn't easily got over here in the UK. And these coaches I've certainly never seen before. I think they're Bavarian, I'm definitely sure they're German anyway, and they look really cool, very detailed. However, these boxes have got such an amount of dirt on them, I think they've been kicking around in a shed or a garage, something like that for a while. Obviously these are second-hand purchases. I'm hoping the coaches inside are going to be okay, so let's get these out and we'll check them out. We seem to have a spare ladder here. I'm not actually sure which coach this fits on. I would have thought it would have been this one because it has the same ladder at this end, but it doesn't seem to fit onto this end of the carriage. So maybe this is just a spare or something. I'm not sure why it's ended up in the box. Anyway, I'll put it to one side and we can have a look at the models. Well, these are absolutely fantastic looking models. The two at the front are very clean. The one at the back is a little bit dirty, but I think it'll clean up okay. There's certainly no damage or anything like that on any of these that I can see, and they've really impressed straight out the box. Let's have a closer look. We'll start off with the coach. So just look at the incredible detail and finish on this model. It's got so many lovely extra parts on it and all these little tiny thin handrails moulded in plastic around the little verandas at each end. The lining on the green is absolutely spot on. The windows have this brilliant light wood effect surround there. And we've got all this arrangement of little vents and extra pieces that are on the roof here. You can obviously see that these ones are metal parts that have been added in on the roof. The printing is absolutely superb. You can see the Bavarian crest there and other features like the second class number 2 at one end, and we have a number 3 at the other end. There's even printing down here on the chassis, which is this really nice matte black finish. And we've got incredible detail here around the wheels with the brake gear in line with the wheels, and also these fantastic spokes as well, picked out in that colour. Underneath, great planking detail and lots of moulded in cables and brake gear. We have couplings in NEM pockets which are cantilevered, very neatly done as well and very smooth. And at each end we've got steps coming down which are very fine, and these really thin handrails as well. Extra pieces put on here and even a little handrail up on the roof. Inside we've got a brown interior with some seating, and if we look in the veranda there we even have some printed lettering and this white line up over the top here as well. It is an incredibly detailed model. I'm really impressed with this coach. It's probably one of the best I've seen on this channel yet. So this is a Postal van. You can see the logo there. Great effect on the windows with this kind of chevron mesh applied. And the lining on this is also absolutely perfect as well. The green and the white is really good. And the windows with their brown surrounds. Again, very detailed verandas. Lots of very fine handrails. Ladder going up to the roof. And again, extra pieces added into the roof in metal. The little gates at the edge of the veranda look really good as well. They've got rivet detail, little catches, lining. It's just a fantastic moulding. And even the buffers on these models are just really fine and detailed and very, very nice. Underneath on this one we have a box here, which is an extra piece that's been added in. A similar kind of brake gear moulding into the bottom piece of plastic and the same wheels as we've just seen. Again, we've got cantilever couplings with NEM pockets. So finally, the baggage car, a little bit more grubby this one, but again up to fantastic standards. This one has a Hamburg destination board on it, and we have opening doors as well, which work very well. It's even got glazing on those doors. They're so thin, and yet they've managed to get glazing on as well. Printing down on the chassis, quite a lot more than on other ones that we've seen. And this one is a 3-axle wagon with this middle part able to move back and forward to allow this to get round tighter corners. We seem to have a plastic wheel in the middle. I'm not sure if that's been replaced or it came from the factory like that. If it came from the factory, that's a shame because the other wheels are really good. Very similar to the ones we've just seen, but this time the wheels are just in black there. There's no painting on them. Very big flanges on this model though. And the wheels don't revolve just quite as good as the previous two. I'm beginning to think this is possibly a little bit older than the other two. And also we have this little skid here. I guess this is to pick up power from a 3-rail layout, because we do actually have lighting inside this model as well. If I open the door, you can see the lighting rig on the roof there. And you can also see that this has a couple of barrels and some wood and flooring as well. It really looks very detailed and very convincing. Up on the roof, we've got some more details moulded in. I think that's probably meant to be electrical cables running to these parts here. And the gangway looks really good as well. We've even got lining on those doors along with some glazing as well, and we also have glazing up on this part up here too. So underneath we have Trix Western Germany in there, and there's a few other little extras we've got on this model that weren't on the other two, along with some holes which possibly had some other parts to add into this model that have fallen off, or it could be that this chassis is used on more than just this baggage car. But overall this is another fantastic model, and this collection of 3 has really impressed. So let's put these on the scales and we'll see how much they weigh. So the coach is 72 grams. The postal van is 52 grams. And the baggage car is 102 grams. So this collection of rolling stock from Trix, I think I would go so far to say is the best rolling stock that I've seen on this channel so far. Each of them is incredibly detailed. They've got some fantastic features. The printing on it is perfect. The paint is great. It's got little transfers which really enhance it. The lining is absolutely perfect as well. The glazing is good, the details on the roof and the ends of the carriages is just superb. There's only one thing on these 3 that I don't like, which is the middle wheel of the baggage car, though I think that might have been changed at some point. And the wheels on it are a bit coarse, but that's possibly because of its age. But these are easily fixed things. But overall, these models are absolutely fantastic. They could be display models on the shelf, or they could be on your model railway layout doing sterling work. Either way, you're going to be very happy with these Trix models. For me, it's really set the bar to the next level. Anything that comes after this, it's going to have to get scrutinised a lot more closely. These aren't even brand new models. They've been out for some time, and yet they're this good. I would totally recommend Trix wagons and coaches, and even their locomotives as well. Although you do pay a premium for it, but when you look at the finish and finesse of these models, you can see where that money goes. So it's a big thumbs up from me, but that's just what I think. What do you think about these models? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel. I'll put one of these on the turntable so you can see all the way around. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See ya.